Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Welcome to this Janmashtami meditation series. We have already meditated on the Leela of the Supreme Lord, on the quality of Supreme Lord, on what service would I like to render to the Supreme Lord. And today I am bringing forth in front of all of you another prompt about the devotees of the Supreme Lord, and which would be my most favorite or most inspiring devotee. So as we know, in Srimad Bhagavatam there is this verse which says, Aham bhakta paradhino hi asvatantra evadvija sadhubhir grasta hridayo bhaktir bhakta jana priyaha. Here the Supreme Lord is saying that Aham bhakta paradhino, I am completely controlled by my devotees. And he is saying that how he is asvatantra, he is not at all independent. So Supreme Lord is under the control of his devotees. He also says that I sit only within the course of their heart. He talks about the heart of the devotees. And the last line of this beautiful verse says, Bhaktair bhakta jana priyaha. He says, what to speak of my devotee? Even those who are devotees of my devotee are very dear to me. So that is the Supreme Lord, and in this verse he is talking about three aspects. One, he is willingly accepting the subordination of his devotees. So we have fantastic example of how Krishna became Parthasarthi, how he actually took the role or the position of a driver of a chariot. So the driver is not very respectable position. But the Supreme Lord, he was completely controlled. He is completely controlled by the love of his devotee. And in this case, we see that how bound by Arjuna's love, Krishna actually became Parthasarthi. There is another example of Maharaj Ambarish. So we all would know that a little unfortunate incident which happened with Ambarish Maharaj when Durvasa Muni got very angry, and Durvasa Muni was like about to kill Ambarish Maharaj, and Sudarshan Chakra came to protect. And Durvasa had no means to protect himself, and he ran up to Vaikuntha planets and he was praying to the Supreme Lord that please protect me. And what did the Supreme Lord say? He said that my chakra is not under my control. This Sudarshan Chakra is under the control of Ambarish Maharaj. So if you want some protection, you have to go and ask him. So that is how Lord is willingly accepting the subordination of his devotees. In this verse, Lord also described that who are these pure devotees in whose heart Krishna resides. So he says that these devotees are free of any material desires. So if we scan through the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam, and we come across this beautiful story of a city of Mathura where two devotees are mentioned. One is Shrutadev, the poor Brahmana, but he had taken a vow to worship Krishna with all enthusiasm. And then there was this king, Bahulashva. So he was the king, and yet he was completely detached from his kingdom. Why? Because he has surrendered to serve Krishna. So both these devotees had vowed to regularly and enthusiastically worship the deity of Lord Krishna in their respective home. And hence they could not even travel to Dwarka. Then there is the third point in this verse which talks about how Lord, what to talk of the devotee of the Lord? Lord is actually under the control of the devotees of the devotee. And this point reminds me of this beautiful incident of Kanchi Purna. So here in South India, in this temple, Varadaraj Swami temple, there was this amazing devotee Kanchi Purna who had the power to actually talk to Varadaraj Swami. So he would fan Varadaraj Swami and he would talk to Varadaraj Swami. And different people, they were aware that this is the benediction which Kanchi Purna has. This is how powerful the devotee he is, that Varadaraj Swami himself talks to him. So different people would approach him and ask him different questions for Varadaraj Swami. And once one devotee approached and asked Kanchi Purna that, can you please inquire from Varadaraj Swami, when will I go back home, back to Godhead? When will I reach Vaikuntha? So when Kanchipurna asked, and Varadaraj Swami gave an answer. But this question made him think, and he asked. So Kanchipurna, for the first time, for himself, he asked Varadaraj Swami that when would I reach your planet? When would I reach Vaikuntha, my dear Lord? And on that, Varadaraj Swami said that Kanchipurna, you are my dear servant. I love you, but you will not go to Vaikuntha after this life. Although you have served me with great devotion, you have never served my devotee. So unless someone serves one with my devotee, serves my devotee, they cannot enter my abode. Listening this, Kanchipurna thought for a while, left the fan there, left that seva, and went to find the devotee of the Lord whom he could serve. So that is this amazing relationship between Supreme Lord and his devotees. When we read these scriptures, we find that there are devotees in various categories. There are devotees who are like the servant of the Supreme Lord. So as it is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Jivera Swarup hoy, Krishnera Nitya Das. So there are devotees who are Nitya Das, who identify themselves as servant of the Supreme Lord. What to talk of others? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself says, Gopi Bhartur Pad Kamalayor Das Dasanudas. I identify myself only as the servant of the servant of the servant of lotus feet of Lord Krishna. So that is the servant. Then we also find out about various friends, devotees who are connected with Krishna in friendship, like Madhumangala, Sudama, Sridama, and so many other cowherd boys. We also discuss about the parental relationship with Krishna. So there is Nanda, Yashoda, Devaki, Vasudev, and all the elderly gopis and gopas of Vrindavan. Then there are devotees who connect with Krishna in conjugal love. So some, they become the queens of Krishna, and the others are the simple cowherd girls headed by Srimati Radharani. So Krishna has performed different leelas with different devotees, and today's meditation is, which one is your favorite, from whom you derive the deepest inspiration to serve the Supreme Lord? So this, my dear devotees, is the meditation for the day, that which devotee is my inspiration. Hare Krishna.